Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you'll excuse the sound quality as this was a cheap microphone when I got it 10 years ago. Anyway, I've really been exploring the world of Vexx, looking at files on the game disk, and I found some stuff that I thought was pretty cool, and hopefully you will too. So anyway, let's get started and see what we can find. So first off, in Frostblight Mill, you ever notice those strange bridges and pathways under the ice? Well, it turns out that this is actually part of the labyrinth that you may have seen right here. And something I didn't notice until just recently is that you can see out of the labyrinth from under the ice, and there are a few landmarks floating around there, like so. And you can also see into the labyrinth from above the ice. Now the problem is, as soon as you go down there, Vexx will die instantly. But thanks to the magic of hex editing, I took away the object that would normally kill him, and now it's possible to get down there safely. Now all we have to do is contend with the world's worst camera ever. Yeah, okay, that didn't work. Let's try that again. And oops, I ended up in the catacomb by mistake. So again, really iffy camera in here. But we can actually hop around on these little bridges here, and even look up through the ice, which is kind of funny. Anyway, that was pretty cool. So here in the fish pond, I hacked the camera so it's possible to look around and... oh, what's this? There's a pile of destructible boulders over there, covering what looks like a tunnel. Now unfortunately there's nothing we can do to break the boulders as they're behind an invisible wall. But again, with hacking, I got rid of the boulders and moved the water up so that we can swim pretty much anywhere we want. As long as we don't swim too low, that is. Now to go out of the boundaries, all we have to do is swim back into this place where we came from, and right there. Enjoy the view for a second. Okay, that's enough fooling around. So let's see what's in this hidden tunnel. And there's nothing. Sorry guys, nothing really exceptional to find. It's not like there are going to be any hidden levels that were cut from the game or anything like that. But even so, it's kind of neat to see where this was obviously meant to be the level trigger. You would walk in and out through this tunnel back when this stage was part of Undertow Tower, the water level. And here we can walk around on the ground without the water. As you can see, the boulders are destructible, and the fish can still kill Vexx. And they're still annoying. Now let's get crushed, because why not? So anyway, when you enter the level, Vexx should come down from the ceiling like this. Let's fly the camera out and take a better look at what's going on here. So there you've got the tunnel with the rocks in it. And then if you look up here, you can actually see they didn't even bother changing the geometry of the level. they just kind of stuck a box over top of the skylight and then had that be the spawn point. I'm guessing this was just so late in development. They didn't want to touch anything, they didn't want to mess up any of the modeling. So they just did a quick and dirty hack. So here in the Submarilus Tower area from Timberdale, for some reason there are two entrances to the tower, or at least it looks that way. I don't know what's with this little stub of path here. It doesn't seem to have any purpose. Who knows what it was used for? One other neat thing in this area is that you can see when you have a portal open, both areas are actually occupying the same space, and they're overlapping like this. The area that you're in takes priority, so you will always see that area drawn in front of the other area. And then when you go through the portal, it switches, and then that new area takes priority, and now you're only seeing that. And here you can see the same thing in Dragonreach. I'm in the portal, so the portal is always the thing that shows up first, over top of anything. Now here's a strange little quirk with that system though. You won't be able to see the portal world as long as something is overlapping it. That something could be the sky even. When you pull the camera back so far that even the sky starts to clip away because of the draw distance, then there's nothing blocking the hub world, and so you can see it again. Or at least part of it. Now let's check out that volcano area. Oops. Yeah, when I was kind of playing around with some of the objects in here, I somehow deleted the water. So yeah, that was kind of a fun little side effect. The fish are just kind of floating around, and then they die. Anyway, let's not get distracted. Here we've got this flame thing, internally known as Big Burn. I can walk right through it because I'm awesome, or because I deleted the object that normally hurts Vexx when he steps into it. But if you look down through the grate, there's this platform. No way to reach it normally, but with a hack, I've changed Vexx's spawn point, and now he appears under the grate. And immediately dies. And dies again. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do. I've actually tried deleting every point in the game that kills Vexx from falling, and this somehow isn't affected. I'm guessing this is actually the bottom of the level. There's just nothing we can do. So let's get a better look at it with the free camera. And there you go. Now you may have noticed that this looks a little bit familiar. Where from? Yup, the compass area from Citadel of Shadows. And there it is. So I don't know if this object was placed at the bottom of the volcano as kind of a background detail just in case you saw it, or with the levels being interconnected at one point, maybe you were actually meant to see the end of this stage with the heart on top of it and everything. So back to Frostblight. At the bottom of this pit you can see a 1-up. As you saw in a different video, I deleted the water, and now it's possible to actually jump down there without dying. And there's not a whole lot else to do down here. So if we do a fly around, we can actually see that there's an entire network of tunnels where all the little puddle type areas are connected together, and then you've got this big lake in the middle. And of course that big lake is the one that has that mysterious beta item, the ring with the number 7 in it. The purpose of that, I really don't know. One of the unused Wraith Hearts does have a hint that talks about swimming through tunnels under freezing water, but it wasn't for this level, it was for Mirror Rim, which is another ice level that got cut. And finally, just something else that I thought was kinda cool. Whenever you can jump into a tapestry and walk through it, there's always an extra copy of it floating outside the walls. If you remember the screens from Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart, where it shows the in-game action on the screen, it's basically like that, except instead of copying your screen, it's copying an off-screen area that you can't see and adding that to the tapestry surface. And you've got all the soul jars just kind of floating there. Pretty weird. And then if the camera is even a little bit out of alignment, you get these weird rainbow-colored areas. And this applies to any area that uses that effect. Here we have the Hall of Heroes. Same deal with the rock suit. And if you look in the sand area from Summit of the Sages with the amazing maze, again, same thing. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, all three of you. There's a lot more to this game, so I'm hoping to make another video, maybe get a little bit more into the beta elements, and how the worlds all came together in the original version before 9 of them got deleted, or did they get deleted? I guess we'll have to find out. See you next time.